Hello everyone, it's Model Farm 6M10. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to day 15 on the big 132 Model Farm Diorama Display. It is pretty exciting this episode as silage is really taken off. As you see, the F4 is out. The silage trailers are all flat out, as you see. And silage is just everywhere. So let's get into it, guys. So starting off here in PJ's farm. Pretty quiet enough, I suppose, but it's actually quite exciting as the Classic Tractor magazine are going to be coming later on there to do a review or an article on his classic machinery or his vintage machinery, and which it'll make a pretty good article as he has literally every machine he has is pre-2000, so it's going to be a pretty good article. He has the 7810 and the Massey 690 there parked up. He's going to get a good photo of them all. The JCB there is parked up and all the rest there, so it'll be quite a good article. And Massey Ferguson 590 here, his son is in it and he's doing a bit of mowing, so there's only about 5-10 acres in this field, but still enough to make a few silage bales, and he'll get a good clean cut off it with the PZ drum mower. And he'll probably have to get Michael and James to come in with the Fusion baler to bale it up. But yeah, they'll make a nice few silage bales, I must say. A lovely setup. Couldn't have a perfect tractor for the mower. The 690 will be also a good contender for the mower, but she's there purring away on it. And you may see this Fendt 820 in the background. It's on the sprayer. PJ is after getting him in to do a bit of spraying. He doesn't have a sprayer himself, so he said he'd get him in, and he know a bit more about spraying than PJ would, so PJ just said he'll let him do all the spraying, and he's getting through it all the same with the big Amazon sprayer and a very nice black Fendt. Over here, not more has been done on the derelict house as PJ is just busy with the classic tractor and silage and all that, but he should have a good bit more done next episode. Although 3C has moved and he's going to make some more room for tractors and machinery to get in to knock down the house, and then they'll be starting from scratch, the foundations and everything, so that'll be quite nice to see how the house will get on. But from there, that's about all that's happening in PJ's farm. Here's the Dice Agrotron. Turn down the road to JF, and he's going off to cut a bit of silage, or he's either coming back or he's going to cut a bit of silage, so it's a beautiful day for it anyway. It seems that everyone has silage harvesters out, including this old silage harvester, which it was David, well, it's not old, but this used to be David and Nigel's old silage harvester, if you remember, and they sold it on. They gave up the self-propelled silage harvesting and focused more on the baling side, so it's now someone else's, and he's just driving her back from a job. I'm not sure what operation they use, but they must have a few acres if they're buying a machine like this. Barr isn't around in this weather. I wonder where he is now. His racehorse, all the same, seems to be interested in his shed, so Barr's after letting him walk around the yard, and he can go for a walk up the mountains if he wants, or even go a walk on the road. So Barr must have pretty good trust in our racehorse, and I'm not sure when he's going to be racing it in any races, but hopefully he'll do well, and he's going to try and train it himself, so it'll be funny to see how that goes. Here in James and Michael's contracting yard, the action you've been all waiting to see. The F4 is finally out, or, well, it's out cutting silage. It's the first time we've actually seen it cutting silage. But before we get to that, as you know, the big arm knocked the silage last episode, and the New Holland T6020, Ian is driving this one, and he's coming out of the field with the rower after rowing it all up in front of the harvester, and he's on to the next field now. He has to get a move on now as the harvester's gobbling up the swarts of grass pretty quickly, a lot quicker than he thought. He's pretty used to the case silage harvester back at home at Robert's farm, so he's gonna have to step it up a gear, I suppose. And here we have the new Holland T7 210 hooked up onto the homemade silage trailer, and that's just ready for the long draw later on after the field is cut. They only need 2 trailers for the draw at the moment, but later on they'll need a third trailer, or even maybe a 4th trailer they might need, but they'll manage anyway for the moment. The McHale Fusion 3 is in there at the moment. It'll be out tomorrow to do a bit of baling, as there'll be a tractor free for then. But it's been flat out all this week baling. Got a few jobs done. The shed is completely empty. Let's move it into the silage field. The new Holland F4 780 is finally out, and the John Deere 7610 is on the dually silage trailer, or the Donnelly, and it's fairly lifting grass. I think he's going 15, heading on 20 kilometers an hour lifting this sward. It's not the heaviest of crops, as it didn't get a lot of fertilizer or slurry, so that's kind of the reason why. But hopefully second cut and third cut will be a lot heavier, but they are absolutely motoring through it, and a lovely silage team, I must say. What do you think, guys? Let us know in the comments below, or the live chat on the premiere. What do you think of that silage outfit? 10 out of 10, I must say. And this is where Finbar is. He saw the harvester over the hedge, and he said he'd bring around the tractor for a spin and go have a look at the silage harvesting. He brought a flask and all. He's so interested, so he's gonna have his cup of tea and a sandwich beside the field. No better man, Finbar. It'd take Finbar to do that. The Crone Big M is after leaving the yard, is on to the next field now. So he's on to the next field, and he'll get a good bit knocked today. I think he has 100 acres he'll try and knock anyway. Hopefully all goes well for him. Now the JTB 416S is on the buck rake pushing up here at the AD plant. The first load is after being tipped, but the New Holland T7 260 black power, and the 416S is going to be pushing up, so hopefully they'll have a full clamp by the end of the day, and there'll be room for more anyway, so to have the second pit there for third and second cut. So it's all go today at the AD plant and James and Michael's contracting yard. Over here across the road from the AD plant we have some stonemasons. Would you look who we have here? We have Mick, and we have his friend here going to do up this wall for Robert. Car one of the nights there after crashing into it, and they don't want the cattle chasing out of it, so they're going to do it nice and quickly here today, and have all the stone and all, and then have the cement mixer in the back of the Land Rover there, and they'll have it done by 1 o'clock, I suppose, if they have the 2 men at it. Fair play to the boys. It's not easy to do that type of work in this sort of weather. It's roasting outside. Over here in the village, good bit of action here now, I must say, compared to other weeks. We have Ryan here in the Ford 8210 and the new NC low loader they're after buying. They're after trading in the Red Rock, and he's after moving a Dash 2 or Dash 1 JCB 8-ton digger for a customer, moving it to another site, and that is a lovely setup, a lovely low loader. They weren't really amazed with the Red Rock low loader, as it was given a bit of bother. They have it quite a while, and they didn't really look after it, to be honest, and they're going to look after this low loader a bit better now they learned their lessons. The mass is on at the moment, Sunday mass, so few lads are heading in a bit early before mass, say a few prayers. Would you look what we have here? David Brown 880 straight pipe with I don't know how many ton of sand on the back, but it's going flat out down the road, has no brakes for this junction, and he is doing it for likes on TikTok. He has the lad videoing it here. has the video recorder out and he's giving a right old wheelie for the camera, as you can see, and hope he doesn't break anything now, but fair play to him. So a bit of maintenance going on here on the case silage harvester. Robert has called in one of his good mechanics. Robert will be pretty good at the mechanicing now, but he just doesn't have time at the moment as he's cutting silage, or well, he's knocking down a few fields. So we'll see that later on there, but he's just welding a crack on the header there. A crack has developed and he doesn't want anything shearing or breaking when he's cutting silage. It's the busiest time of the year, so he's making sure everything's 100% before he goes out, which is the way you're supposed to be. It's the way every man should be. And if you look here, we have the Masonry 1200 and the KRM Bradall spreader. Doing a bit of fertilising here for Robert. PJ sent out the brother in the Massey 1200 and he's loading up there with a few bags of fertiliser there, and going to spread it on a few of the grazing paddocks, get the grass growing again for the grazing and for the milking herd as well, and the heifers. Everything else is kind of parked up, the Komatsu digger and a few of the other machines in there, but it's still kind of empty as the baler's in there, neither is the mower. Here we have Robert here in the John Deere 6930. Couldn't be better, living the dream. And he's mowing away. He's surely motoring away now. He's really happy with the 6930, how it pulls the mower and how much power it has compared to the class. I think the previous owner mapped this up to around 100 and nearly 200 horsepower. A bit less now, but it's pretty lot of power in it, so enough to pull this cool mower. Anyway, Robert reckons it could handle triples, but I'm not too sure about that on the hill. But yeah, he's tipping away with the one mower anyway. It's more than enough for the operation he's running, and he has about 100 acres to knock for his own. He won't get it all done this evening now, but he'll get a good start into it. Here coming down the road, we have one of Robert's workers. He's employing there for the summer months. He's in the New Holland 8560 and the McHale F550. He's on the way to do a bit of baling, first bit of baling of the year for silage, and Robert will get his brother to come in with his own tractor and wrapper and bale after him, but he's going to start a bit of baling there for an old sheep farmer. That's what's going on there in Robert's farm. Plenty of action, which is lovely to see. Especially on a day like this, you couldn't get any better. Then last here in the Agri Co and Grain Co, we have one of James and Michael's workers here in the New Holland, the John Deere 7430 and the NC dump trailer, loading in a bit of stone with the New Holland teleporter. Just for a customer there, he wants a new track put in on the farm, so he's gonna load a stone there for him, and he'll be levelling it out there during the week, putting in the new track for him. And we have a bit of an accident here down in the quarry. One of the new drivers, which not very experienced, and he's after taking the corner a bit too sharp. He didn't really know where the brakes were and how to slow down the machine, so and he's after nearly, luckily he didn't, but he's nearly topping the back end of the dumper over the cliff, and the Doosan was just there shoveling in a bit of sand and it nearly fell on top of him. And he's just after pulling up the bucket there to prevent her from falling down any further. So hopefully that'll get resolved sooner. Maybe the John Deere 7430 will have to unhitch from the trailer and get a chain and pull it back over again, but hopefully that gets resolved and hopefully the driver will learn his lesson. But that's about it there, and this all of the farm. beautiful to see the action and beautiful to see a lovely day for all the activities on the farm. Let me know, guys, which was your favourite activity, the silage on James and Michael's farm or the silage on Robert's farm. Let me know, guys, in the comments below. So thanks for watching, guys. It's been a very eventful video with everything going on in the silage. I really like the New Holland F4 and the tractors drawn in and out. It's beautiful to see, and it's great to see the New Holland F4 780 gobbling up the grass. We've been waiting so long to see it. As well with the New Holland tipping the road of grass. And the mowing of the silage. Couldn't be a better day for this activity. Let us know, guys, what was your favourite activity in the comments below. And hope to see you again in the next video. Bye for now.